When I was watching TV the other day, I realised something. I really don't like watching the news because it all seems bad. Whenever you turn the television on and the news is there, it's all about war, famine, people being greedy, deceitful, murdering other people. The world just doesn't seem to be like it should be. And as a Christian, I find that really disturbing, but also unsurprising. See, the Bible tells us that we all have a problem that contributes to the world being this way. And Genesis 3 is the key to that. Right at the beginning of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1 and 2, the Bible tells us that God creates the world and everything in it. And then the pinnacle of creation, he creates human beings in his own image to be like he is, to reflect his glory and his characteristics. It's amazing. God actually walks and talks with Adam and Eve, the first humans, and they totally trust him for everything, including what is good and what is evil. There's only one rule: don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And that's where the problem comes. They do. And everything changes from that point on. The decisions that they make bring evil into the world because they decide for themselves what is good and what is evil. And why is that a problem? Well, if we consider it, it tells us this, the Bible, that up until that point God had decided. But from then on, Adam and Eve and every human being since then has decided for themselves what they think is good. And we're terrible at it because we can be inherently selfish. It's within us to decide what's good for us without considering other people. And so if I decide that I want to go somewhere and I want to do something and somebody's told me not to, then I'll do it. And it gets worse. Someone decides that they want something they can't afford, so they steal it. And it was good for them. Someone decides that they fancy somebody that isn't their wife or husband, and families break down. A leader decides they want more land or more power, and war happens, and so on and so on. And we all make decisions like that based on what we want, without considering other people. And it contributes to the world being the way that we see it. But from that moment on, the Bible also tells us that good news follows. From the point that Adam took a bite out of the apple from that tree, God set in place his plan to save us all, and it's the best news ever.